I review 100 resumes for a UX job and only 8 made the cut. Basically, curious to learn how to hiring site screen UX applicant. Here the 6 criteria I use for a fair and systematic process. A few weeks ago, as a senior UX designer on our team resigned. She has been a valuable teammate for the last year, and it was simple time for her to move on to better opportunity. A few, okay. Our t- our team has been handling a heavy workload, managing numerous projects with a limited number of team members. With her departure, I faced a significant challenge hiring. When we opened up the hiring process and post job description on major recruiting platform, we were quickly flooded with over 100 applicants. People say the economy is bad and job market is too, and that was no jokes. I began going through all of them, placing all resume in single folder and categorizing them into yes, maybe, and no folder. Due to the large numbers of resume to check, I could not afford to spend much time thoroughly reading the examining each one. I had make quickly decision on whether to pass or reject within matter of second to a few minutes. Okay, resume. Okay, let's continue this article. Despite the limit time available for review, I didn't want to randomly toss them into different folders. To ensure a fair and systematic process, I established six criteria. Any resume that didn't meet the standard must move to the no folder. 1. Frequent typo and grammar errors. The UX team is constantly engaged in writing tasks. We are responsible for delivering research analysis, strategy report, and even real content for wireframe. Journalism is never enough. Naturally, strong writing skills are crucial in our line of work. Resume with noticeable typos or repetitive error in English sentence were promptly placed in the no folder. Nowadays, tools like ChatGPT can assist you with proofreading, leaving no room for excuse when it comes to poorly written documents. 2. Poorly legibility. There were resumes that made me exclaim, "Oh my eyes!" as soon as I opened them. The layout choice, such as being overly dense, using small letter, and lacking proper spacing, demonstrate a lack of understand the reader confidence, a crucial quality for UX designer. Considering reliability and usability involves selecting the appropriate font size, line spacing, and determining the optimal amount of content to include. If a resume is poorly structured and difficult to read, it raises doubt about the quality of their output, such as document and wireframe. 3. Incomprehensive incomprehensible. work history. A common challenge often observed among applicants with limited work experience is the unclear presentation of their employment history. They often mix case study, personal or side project, internship, and actual work experience at company. From the perspective of the hiring side, accurately assessing the application expression is crucial. It should be easy to understand where they study, how they work after graduating, where they have worked, and their overall duration in the field just by skimming through the resume. Some applications use the expression should as I handle multiple projects at company ABC, which provide no value information. It should specify the type of project managed and achieve accomplish. I instantly paste resume to fluff in the no folder. For missing portfolio address, if the resume is decent enough, it is time to check the portfolio. However, there were cases where I could not find a portfolio link in the resume. Some application may have attached it elsewhere or plan to share it later. However, it's important to remember that the hiring site has to review over 100 resumes, making it practical to contact each applicant individually to obtain their folio is simply not efficient. If you're using PDF file, avoid to hyperlinking them as they may not open properly in other environment. Clearly indicate the URL of portfolio installed. 5. Lack of alignment with the position. Among of the 100 resume, a majority of them are simply unrelated to UX. It's okay to consider a career switch and apply for different job position. However, as a hiring site is extremely difficult to offer should us opportunity during a challenging economic period. We cannot afford to take risk. Even for application will introduce themselves as US UX designer or product designer. When I open their portfolio, they often focus solely on design output rather than design process. It's important to showcase your tool process, including how you approach problem, explore problem space, identify significant issue, apply research finding to your design, and I highlight what you have learned through the process. If you are applying for UX job, your portfolio should demonstrate storytelling skill rather than merely displaying output, because storytelling will become an essential part of the job, as you will need communicate with stakeholders and persuade them. 6. Excessively, excess, excessively frequent job change. It, in this rapidly changing society, it is okay to seek personal growth through the job change. I myself have changed jobs several times in the past. The fact that an application has a story of frequent job change is not major concern. However, there have been cases where the frequency job change was excessive, especially when an application has a pattern of leaving a company with 3 months or less. It raises questions about potential underlying issue. The 3 months mark is typically when the probation period ends, and individuals are expected to develop solid understanding of their roles and responsibilities. If they are unable to endure that period and decide to resign or are laid off, it means we have to go through the process hiring someone new. which requires a significant amount of time and effort. I don't expect team members to stick around forever, but it's difficult to have confidence in hiring someone who does not have a work history that lasts at least a year. As I began sorting 100 resumes into yes, maybe, and no categories, it did not take long for me to end up with only two resumes in the yes pile and six in my B pile. Although 100 may sound like significant number, only few resumes actually met the basic requirement. If you are currently searching for a job, I hope this article provides valuable insight to help you better understand the intention and priorities of this who evaluate your resume. In summary, here are the key points. Make sure you proofread your resume. Prioritize reliability. Ensure easy understand work experience description. Include your portfolio URL or essential information for additional assessment. Read the job description thoroughly and tailor your story accordingly. Demonstrate your thorough process in your portfolio. It may better not exclude excessively short work experience in your resume. Okay, that's all. Thank you for listening me. See ya.